I think we've got to take a second to pause about something that might cause Trump some trouble here. Conversations about America being involved in some sort of standby peacekeeping security force. I don't know if many Americans want boots on the ground in Ukraine. What do you say?
No, not only no, hell no. No, there is very little support here back in the United States for this war and for the United States participation in this war, even by sending weapons or money, never mind Americans. It's not going to happen. Even President Trump could not sell that to the MAGA base. I mean, they're already mad about a couple of other things he's done, and the goodwill is not there. So no, but European troops, sure. I mean, that's why we were told we were striking the whole land agreement with Ukraine, like we were going to have an investment in, you know, their minerals and their ore, and we were going to help mine it, and that was going to give us a vested interest there, which would allegedly deter President Putin from possibly launching another invasion in the future. Oh, wow, I don't want to tick off America. They've got investments there. There is no way this country is going to get behind American boots on the ground. No.
Now, I know they're not the story, but they tell the story. What about the garbage of the media in the past few days? Oh, Putin was given the red carpet treatment. Zelensky was given the side door treatment. This is just like sort of high school psychobabble gossip crap.
Yeah, they have no idea how to conduct a negotiation that would lead to the end of this war. By the way, neither does Trump, but at least he has a lifetime of deal making and the power to actually do it. So why not let him do it the Trump way? I mean, this is just people obsessing for the point of obsessing. It's criticizing just for the sake of criticizing, just because it's their favorite pastime when it comes to this guy. There's no world in which Donald Trump, who is a showman, is going to invite another world leader, someone like Vladimir Putin over here, without putting on some sort of show with pomp and circumstance. No way. I have been to Donald Trump's celebrity apprentice events that had more red carpet and bunting than Vladimir Putin got. So by Trump standards, it was actually subdued. The whole thing was quintessential Trump, a red carpet, half for him, by the way, not just for Putin, but him, you know, rhetorically sort of saying, look, I rolled out the red carpet for you. I'm treating you well. I'm treating you with respect, and I expect the same in return. And then, of course, the B-2 bomber coming across, amazing, great flex by Trump. Like, we're still the United States of America. Like, you saw what we did to Iran, right? We're not afraid to drop a couple bombs, and we're not afraid of military conflicts. So don't try to scare us like your other guy, Medvedev, tried to do a couple times, getting a little mouthy over the past 30 days on like, oh, we're going to move nukes nearby. Okay, you're not doing that. And then smiles and glad handing and appropriate like handshaking and hand on the back kind of moments with him behind the scenes, which the cameras caught. So it was vintage Trump. This is how he does it. Everyone else can just take a seat. Are you president? No, there's a reason for that. Stop it. What is he trying to do? He's trying to end a war. And what we have, instead of people saying, I appreciate the effort, is idiots like Lawrence O'Donnell, who's on MS Now, I'm sure we'll be getting to that, saying this is all just a distraction from the Epstein scandal.
What Donald Trump will succeed at tomorrow is distracting most media attention from Donald Trump's involvement with his old friend, Jeffrey Epstein, the raper of children who said, I was Donald's closest friend for 10 years.
Now, Paul, it is true that Trump is very good at distracting from one scandal by creating another scandal. Managing to get Vladimir Putin over here and start a negotiation to end the Ukraine war is actually state business that needed to get done. I'm not sure how one gets to. It's all a distraction from Epstein, but that's just TDS talking, as is the obsession over the carpet and the, pomp and circumstance of last Friday.
Yeah, I mean, how exciting is this new branding for the left-wing cable channel that even the parent company don't want anymore? MSNBC is now going to be called MS Now. It
sounds like they've caught a terrible disease, like right now. I'm so sorry. Oh my God, it's a diagnosis they've received. That's awful. Doesn't sound like the call letters for a cable news channel. At best, it sounds like maybe like they're in menopause now. I don't know, like PMS or like some sort of lady condition that they have. And it's happening right now. You need to tune in to see what Rachel Maddow's going through. I don't know how they settled on those terrible initials. Or like, is it some feminist mantra like Ms. MS, period. Now it's all about the ladies. This is our moment. However you slice it, it's a disaster. And they still haven't solved the basic problem that they have more letters in their call name than they do viewers. And the rebrand is not going to help.
You unearthed this today on your show, and I want to share it here in Australia. The former FBI boss, James Comey. He now has his own little shingle somewhere on the internet. I think it's over on Substack. And he's going on and on about Taylor Swift.
Oh my God. It was so cringy, as the kids say. He sounded like a stalker. He's like, I've known Taylor for 15 years.
Taylor Swift and I go way back. I went to my first concert of hers 15 years ago. I've been to a second, and I have helped financially support the attendance of a lot of family members at others. I'm in a family's Swiftie group chat. I know all her music, and I listen to it in my headphones when I cut the grass.
You went to a concert. You don't know Taylor, Jim. You don't know her. She doesn't know you. You went to a concert with your daughter, apparently 15 years ago. It doesn't make you friends with Taylor Swift. And what grown man, like in his 60s, talks like that about Taylor Swift? It was just creepy. It had like all the cringe of like a weird molester type. Not saying he's a molester, just saying it had the cringe of a molester type. It was very weird. And who that is in their 60s actually looks up to Taylor Swift as like their role model and was like quoting her song lyrics is the thing he thinks about to really help get him through the day. And the essence of his weird post online was, we can't let our bullies get into our heads to the point where we become bullies. And while he's saying this, he's referring to Donald Trump, that elderly man with whose makeup covered in the Oval. Okay, so that's a personal insult. You're mocking his looks, his personal appearance, which one could argue is what a bully does, Jim. And secondly, like when he was at the FBI, he was actively working to ruin the Trump presidency. It's all coming out now how heavy-handed he was on it, how they didn't have the evidence, how he was fine suggesting they did anyway. He understood he would be ruining the Trump presidency and possibly getting Trump in criminal trouble. He didn't care at all. And now he wants to lecture us about bullies? Not to mention his little stroll on the beach a month ago where, just apropos of nothing, he stumbled upon these shells that read 8647. And, for some reason, he was just moved to post that online. And it only even came to his attention what that could possibly mean when the internet responded, gee, 86 is kind of like a mob or FBI term for taking somebody out. And 47 happens to be the number of his presidency. This guy is, of course, just like your typical leftist, projecting onto the other side what he is himself.
And what about the creepy detail that he's part of a family group chat about Taylor Swift? I'll give you the tip. If anyone is involved in a family group chat about Taylor Swift, get a new family.
You're supposed to be the leader of that family as the father. You failed. Like, who would have such a thing? Like, I don't like. We're getting so many windows into who this man is, and it's all negative. Here over in the States, we used to have such a vaunted image of him. He was like Joe Friday. He really seemed like the guy who was going to like toe the line and make sure that the T's were crossed and the I's were dotted before anybody was ever sent to jail. And what we've seen ever after is that he might be the most vain person to ever serve in law enforcement, certainly, and at the FBI. He's constantly focused on his image, his angles, the Klieg lights. He's wearing a suit in his first attempt at social media that's all about Taylor Swift. Like, no one in his little family group chat told him you might want to like put on a polo shirt or like, God forbid, like a t-shirt, something to make you look less aged and irrelevant. His day has come and gone. And I think the best thing that could happen to Jim Comey right now is for him not to get indicted. That's what he should be praying for. Many people feel it was an attempt to soften the public image in advance of a possible indictment. That's what he needs to pray for in the family chats, not Taylor Swift's next big album drop.
Oh, and I'm sure the blue-haired ladies are very much looking forward to the new MS Now or Ms Now. But if your blood flows, if you bleed red, if you like to smile, then you can keep watching Megyn Kelly. Her show is up on YouTube, SiriusXM, but you can see her here each and every week on Paul Murray Live. See you, mate.
Thanks for having me, Paul. The pleasure's always mine.